Who is going to be Overwatch's next hero? My name is Helmsy, thank you for joining me. That's what we're going to hopefully find out, who the next hero is, and possibly who's voicing him, because we know from the recent activity on YouTube that everybody thinks that it is going to be Doomfist, and Terry Crews is going to voice act him. I've seen this on Stylosis channel, I've seen this on Kotaku blog, website, you can read about it. And it's all blown up recently because of this picture. This picture shows the Numbani cart that you're delivering to the Heritage Museum, and it has been broken. The glass where the Doomfist is, you can see there, is broken, and then kind of in front of that, on the front of the cart there, you can see the shards of glass laying out there. Now, this to me only means one thing, is that something is going to happen to that Doomhammer. It's probably going to get stolen in probably a cinematic, because it wouldn't ever take place. It wouldn't be a thing that you actually escort a broken payload to the Numbani Museum. That doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? You're fighting for good. You're not fighting to just deliver a cart that has nothing in it. The bad guys have already won at that point. So what's the point? So that's my theory, is that we're going to actually see a upcoming cinematic that's going to show something to do with this destruction of the cart, and they're going to steal the Doomfist out of it. So obviously I'm making this video slightly later because I wanted to see where everyone kind of landed. I wanted to read I knew there would be a post in Kotaku, because there always is, and then Stylosa absolutely loves the idea of Doomfist, which he's one of my favorite YouTubers by far, and I wanted to see what all these people said, and then kind of go off of there and see if I can find anything new, or any new theories that could possibly be coming out. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to kind of speak about all of these things, and we're going to see if we can maybe come up with the person. I have an idea who it is, and I don't think it's going to be, the voice actor is not going to be Terry Crews, and I'll explain why a bit later. So on the map, whenever you go to Numbani, it says, if you're playing Widowmaker, I'm not leaving without that gauntlet. So what this means is that something, I believe, is going to happen to the gauntlet. She obviously wants the gauntlet. I tried to do the same thing with Reaper. Reaper didn't say anything because he never says anything. By the way, did you know Reaper was white? I didn't know that Reaper was white, but if you go through the cinematic, you may have already seen it because it's in the background. If you go through the cinematic, you'll see that he's like, there's an area of skin showing on his arm, and it's white. I thought he was a black guy. Anyway, that kind of like blew my mind whenever I saw that. But anyway, I tried to do it with that, and I tried to do it with Sombra and got nothing. So I'm assuming, and whenever you see the opening cinematic, the trailer for Overwatch, you'll notice that they are not in Numbani. It does not look like they're in Numbani, because it's a completely different place. It's a lot larger than the one in Numbani. So I'm not sure off the top of my head where exactly they are. They're obviously in a museum somewhere. But I'm kind of wondering where that place is exactly. It very well could be Numbani, and they're just kind of showing you a different museum, or a different part of that same museum. But this is pure speculation, is that they weren't at that same museum, so she's back trying to get this thing again, and so she says that line. Also, one thing that was kind of interesting was the little kid was talking about characters that he likes, and he dropped the name Soundquake, right? The kid mentions it, the little kid with the cast. And it talks about how he has chest missiles. So my speculation is, could that possibly be this guy, and will we see him anytime soon in the game? Maybe he'll be the next hero. Maybe they'll leave us hanging with the Doomfist. Maybe somebody will steal it and we won't get Doomfist, or see what happened to the Doomfist for a while after that, but we'll get a different hero that's maybe Soundquake, or this other guy named Fusionator, who's apparently another Overwatch hero. Also, something that kind of interested me was, who the heck is this guy? Just like, guy holding two swords. It's obviously not Genji, because Genji doesn't have two swords of equal length, and he doesn't really fight with his swords out, so I'm wondering who that guy could be. Will we see him? There's tons of people in Overwatch, in the cinematics, that we see that are supposed to be Overwatch members, that are heroes that we never have seen before. So I'm wondering if maybe they'll give us one of those people before we actually get Doomfist. It could be a thing, if, like, everybody seems to know who the next hero is. Everyone was like, okay, it's gonna be Sombra, and then Sombra came out. Anna was one of those that was just like she just came out. Like there wasn't much about it. There was like a developer Q&A, and they're like, yeah, new hero, Anna, and then like 2 weeks later she was in the PTR and then in the game, and that was it. You know, Sombra had like a much bigger arrival. You know, so I'm wondering if maybe they'll put out like Soundquake, and it'll be like nobody will know who the heck he is, and then they'll do Doomfist. I think that could be something that they do. I think that could be cool. All right, so the big thing here, right? The biggest part of all of this is that Terry Crews went to visit Blizzard headquarters, and my idea is that he goes there on business. But the problem, like the reason I think that is because he didn't have his kids with him, and I'm assuming since he likes to play games with his kids all the time, his kids probably got him into Overwatch, meaning that he was there on business. For some reason, his kids couldn't come, or his kids couldn't come to the Overwatch dev site with him because he had to do something or speak with them about something to do with work. So, you know, he's doing something with him. But I can't foresee him actually being the voice of Doomfist. The reason why is because Blizzard in Overwatch has a very, very diverse set of heroes, and all of those heroes have somebody who can speak that native language. And Doomfist is African, presumably. You know, Numbani is in Africa. The last two guys were pretty much African. I mean, you can see him. You can't really hear him talk, I don't believe. But I'm assuming they have a thicker African accent. They probably don't sound American. So I can't see Terry Crews voice acting it for that reason. Now, what I can see is the model of Doomfist being... It'll be modeled after Terry Crews, if that makes sense. It'll look like Terry Crews, because if you've ever seen Terry Crews, he is absolutely jacked. You know, the guy looks like an absolute beast. But that's the only thing I can see Terry Crews being there for, is they want him to look like Terry Crews. They don't want him to sound like Terry Crews for that reason, that he doesn't sound African. So who will they get to do it? My guess is the voice actor for it will be somebody who can do at the very least do an African accent very well, and at least like pull it off. If not straight up speak like Swahili. I'm assuming that's the language that he would speak, since it's a very popular African language, especially on coastal areas, which is where Numbani is supposed to be. So my idea actually is that I have two ideas. I have the voice actor idea, and then I have just like this out of the water, just like, what the heck are you talking about, Helmsy, idea that I'll share with you guys. And I think it could be interesting. I think it could be something cool. I guarantee it'll never happen, but I mean, like, you know, there's like a 0.001% chance that it happens, and if it does, then I'm gonna tell you guys, told you so. But my idea is that the guy that's gonna voice act is called Dave Fennoy, I believe. He's the voice actor for both Vol'jin and Gabriel Tosh. So Vol'jin is the war chief, the old war chief. He's passed away now in the Burning Legion, the war with them in World of Warcraft. And then Gabriel Tosh is kind of an assassin or a ghost in StarCraft 2. Now this is a voice line from Gabriel Tosh. I'll go ahead and play it now.
You and me, we're just the same. We'd both do anything to get the job done.
And so the voice actor for him is this guy. I'll just show you the picture of it's Vol'jin and Dave Fennoy. I believe I'm saying Fennoy right, or his last name right. If I'm not, I apologize. But I believe I'm saying that right, and so I think that he could possibly be the voice actor, because Blizzard really, really likes to use those voice actors that they've already got on their payroll for, I assume, obvious reasons. So I don't know what languages he speaks. I don't know if he can speak Swahili or whatever, but I mean, like, that's quite a good accent that he's doing there on Gabriel Tosh in StarCraft 2. So I mean, I could see it being him just because he does a very good accent, and he is already working for Blizzard. He has already done some work for Blizzard in the past, so Blizzard knows what they're gonna get from him. All right, so now the absolute wild theory for how Doomfist comes to be, this current Doomfist. So what if they proper base it off of Terry Crews' life, right? What if they just do it? They take him from they go back through Terry Crews' life, and they're like, this guy is going to be he's a movie star, and then something happens and he gets admitted into the Overwatch program. to help save the world because he's just jacked all the shit. He looks massive. You know, he looks like you bench a truck. And what if we just like turn him into Doomfist somehow? What if that's what they do? What if they do like turn a movie star like Terry Crews? You know, it's gonna look like Terry Crews and everything. What if they turn him into Doomfist and they show the process, like, you know, the start and finish of it, how he goes from being a person who is in movies and, you know, all the stuff that Terry Crews does right now, to being Doomfist. I think that would be cool. I think it's super far-fetched, and I don't think it'll ever happen in a million years. But I think that's just like something cool that I was thinking about, and I figured I'd go ahead and share it with you guys. One last thing is, when is this hero going to come out? I think that we'll get some big piece of information after Season 3 of Overwatch, so it'll be in March. So here in just a couple of weeks, actually, we should get it, like 3. But we should end up getting some pretty big hints or some new cinematic or something new that it's going to let us know everything that we kind of need to know, at least to some extent. It's going to give us something so that we at least have another piece of the metaphorical puzzle so that we can solve this. Who's the next hero of Overwatch? Because I hope it is Doomfist. I'm a big fan, especially if it's Terry Crews. I absolutely love Terry Crews. Everybody Hates Chris was one of my favorite shows growing up, and Terry Crews played a perfect part in that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe because it helps my tiny ass channel. Anyway, until next time, I will see you later. Peace.